crafty friends, it's Rick. I'm back with another video featuring products from Pixi Does Stamps. Today we are going to be using a card sketch to create this fun card. Let's get into it. We're going to be using the VT Vintage Truck Summer Accessory Dies and the Cloud Dies. That was the card sketch we're going to be featuring. I'll show you that again in a minute. But we're going to take a standard A2 card base. I've already die cut all my pieces out. I'm going to start off with my surfboard. I've got the surfboard cut out of just some white cardstock. And the leaves that are part of the decorations for the surfboard, I'm cut out from just a mint green cardstock. I'm going to attach those down to my surfboard. And I'm going to let them overhang so I can cut the rest of it off. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the other two leaves to our surfboard. And I'm just adding little dots of liquid glue to those. And I'll just pop those down. I'm going to go ahead and attach the third one as well. And I did make more into a triangular arrangement. I've cut some little flowers in the die set as well. And I'm going to attach those to the surfboard as well because we're going for a groovy, summery vibe right now. So we're going to go ahead and attach those. I think I did 3. I just cut them from some smooth purple cardstock, red violet cardstock, whatever you got. I just picked a color palette and went with it. So I'm going to attach those. I think there's 3 different sizes. Or 3 different sizes. So we got a large, a medium, and a small in this die set. So I've cut those out and I'm just going to attach those down. I had the worst time trying to get them to attach to the cardstock and not my fingers because I had glue on my fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off anything that's overhanging from the surfboard. I'm just going to lightly cut around it. But like I said, we are using the August 2025 sketch from Pixi Dust Designs for our card design. And I will have a link to that on my blog post. You can get that on there. And we will also have it in the Facebook group for Pixi Dust Designs as well. So I've layered up my little beach ball. I'm layering up my little beach basket for all of our beach goers accessories that they might have in that little bag to take to the beach. Now we're going to do our little hat. I've cut it out from that same purple cardstock we did with the flower. I'm going to add the band on that with just some white cardstock. I'm going to end up adding some shadows to these using my Copic markers. So I've just colored in that the brim of the hat and realized that was not the correct shade. So I'm going to go over it with a lighter red violet color. And I will just attach that down to the brim of our little hat here. Because, you got to be in some shade if you're going to be at the beach. So we'll go ahead and attach that down. I'll move this to the side. I'm going to do some shading over to the parts of the stripes of our umbrella as well. And I just picked out 3 markers and did a light, medium, and a dark. Something close to your cardstock is what you want to do. So we're just going to blend that in. I will take and attach that to the base of my umbrella. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that down after I pick it up where I can get it in the right direction. And I'm going to fan those out. It does fit in the little slots that are on the die cut. So we'll go ahead and move those around, get that right in position. And then I'm going to add some shadows to that umbrella that we didn't color so far. So I just, again, picked shades that were really close. And I'm just going to color those in with those little shadow. And that way we have some highlights. I'm just going to color my stand of the umbrella in using a couple brown markers. And I'm going to add shadows to our picnic or our beach basket as well. Or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you really call that. A beach basket? I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know what that's called. So I did have to go back and change. The shadow wasn't dark enough, so I added a little bit more drama to that. I'm going to do the same thing to my little beach ball. And I'm just picking colors out to blend into that and give it really nice shadows. That's really all you got to do when you're using your alcohol markers to shadow your die cuts. And it is a great way to get more bang for your buck and use your products that you already have to create what you want it to look like. So we're just going to add some shadows into that white of our little beach ball. And I just picked some blue grays for that, or blue greens for that, I'm sorry. And I'll just blend that out with them. I'm going to do the same thing with the flip-flops because I did cut those out of white. And they're going to have a beautiful orange stripe foothold because that's my favorite color. So that's why we're using it. So we'll go ahead and blend that out for our lightest color, and I can layer on the little straps of our little flip-flops. And if you know me, you know I love some flip-flops. I love them. It's my favorite shoe to wear. Actually, I don't wear any other shoes in the summer besides flip-flops or sandals. And if I can get by with it in the winter, I'll wear them then too, but I can't. Now, my mom, that's another story. She wore flip-flops all year long. It did not matter how cold it was or whatever. She always had flip-flops on. So we're going to go ahead and add our little band to our umbrella to add a little bit more detail in that and give it a little bit of a brighter shade so we can make it nice and bright and colorful. Now, we're going to move on to our sand. And I cut this using some just craft cardstock, and I'm going to add a little bit of shadow to it as if the ocean might have came up and hit it, so it's wet. It was a little dark, so I went back over it with a lighter shade of Distress ink. I think I used walnut stain, I believe. I'm really not sure. I'll have everything listed and linked below. I'm going to add some shadow to our surfboard, give it a little bit more vintagey feel and color. So I'm just going to come around and add that in. There is our card sketch we're going to be using to focus all of our pieces on. And again, I will have that linked below in the coordinating blog post so that you can download that for free. So we're going to add our just a piece of blue teal cardstock onto our panel. We're going to add our first layer of our little sand down here, and I'm going to move it up. This is part of that the 2 tiers on the sketch. And the first tier, I'm going to pop up on some foam tape so that we have a little bit more dimension. Now, that's the great thing about card sketches is that you can take them and make them into whatever you want it to be. You can change things around. You can change your elements. It's all just a guide. You can make it whatever. I could, if I did the bottom piece in 2 strips of different pattern papers and used the elements for something else, it would look completely different. So that's one of the things I really love about card sketches is because they're so versatile and it's a good jumping off point. So we're just going to add our little elements. We've got our beach ball. We're going to add I already added our umbrella and our surfboard back there and our sand. We're going to add our little basket. And I have popped some pieces up that, especially if they're going to go over from the first part to the second layer, I added a little bit of foam tape behind those. Anything that's on the very front layer, I just attached down. So we're going to go ahead and add our little flip-flops. I think I went ahead and attached that hat. I'm not sure. I may have. Yes, I did. So we're going to go ahead and pop on our sentiment, Summer Fun. I've cut that just out of that same orange cardstock that we have already. We used it for the beach ball. So I'm just going to add that on. That's going to be part of my sentiment. We're going to add the fun part as well. So our complete sentiment is summer fun, which is perfect for this time of year. Since we're moving into school is starting back here, and so it's a good time to have a little bit more summer fun. Now, to finish this off, we're going to add some white gel pen highlights to all of our little die cut pieces. And this is another step that makes your cards pop and really draws your interest into those simple die cuts that allow you to create a beautiful card design. So, and that's just a little extra tip. We're going to add some Stardust stickles for just a little bit of sparkle and shine. So I'm going to add some to our little center of our flowers. I added them to... I had to go and unclog. I added just a few little dots of the Stardust stickles around the sentiments. I added 3 at the bottom, 2 at the top left. And then I'm going to add just a little bit to one side of our little hat. And I will smoosh that out a little bit with my finger. And I'm going to do the same thing. No, that's the look at the card. I'm going to pop it on the table to flatten that out. There's a closer look at the card. If you like this video, you're probably going to like the one coming right over there. I'll see you in that video. Bye, guys. Stay crafty. Love you.